He said, no, I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood. I'm out of pains, and I'm not in the mood. He's so cute. Look at him back there, my oldest baby. Oh, that's my oldest baby out of pants. Hello, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a yoga empath. I like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. Being a yoga empath, you're always feeling some kind of way. Your feelings, the collective feelings, the dog's feelings, mom's feelings, omitting feeling. No, I'm not. I'm not going to pick up on those. Happens anyway. Being an empath, man, it is definitely two edges on that sword. I tell you what. I've been, Mom and I just brushed teeth. I'm like, we're on it we're brushing twice, or she is. She's only been brushing once for a while, but we're going back on 2. Stress is it just manufactures itself in the body, and it just so comes out orally. It does. It does. It does. It is such a weird thing, and it fits into people's astrology too, you know. And like this, she had some bleeding on her gum, and some bleeding is natural. I don't worry, and it's actually welcome because that keeps toxins, you know. It's like oil in the engine of the car, you know, blood. It can flush out toxins. And so, and it also well, that's what oil does. Anyway, focus, I digress. So, anyway, she had a little too much around this one tooth. I'm often like, Mom, you got any Luke? And I do this, and I make her do it back, and I'm looking at her gums. She hasn't been, hey, what's up? She hasn't been to a dentist. Neither of us since we left Omaha in 2016. And I know the importance of dental, you know. And I just saw Jessie Zaboter needs emergency dental. She and her son both, you know. See, stress for some people, it manufactures. It can come out like, you know, oh, it's just so different for different people. But happy birthday. I was wondering if you were going to be on today. I hope it's a good one. It's Pisces season. I'm Pisces, Sun, and Vedic. And so this is like, this is when I start getting the tinglings of like, but like this morning I got my feelings hurt. And I was telling Mom, I'm like, Mom, I got my feelings hurt. She's like, how? And I'm like, you know, it's important to me that, you know, like, that I maintain a couple relationships in my life, you know, and I try and engage, you know, and when I'm thinking about them and send you know, do stuff like that, you know, and then it's one-sided. And then I get tired of engaging, and that's how my world got to be as small as it did, because I just get tired of being the engager, especially when I see them, you know, doing things on social media that would have been an opportunity to share, you know, with the whole but I try not to do things with expectations. I do, and I don't realize I even had them until disappointment sets in sometimes. So then that tells me, Marge, you had an expectation. Well, yeah, I have an idea of how I'd like to live. I don't want to live my life in complete isolation. I don't think anybody does, except not even the people that are creating the isolation want to live in isolation. They just want the rockstar parking wherever they go and to do whatever they want, to be able to travel to and fro without all the, you know, the masses of populations of people getting in their way. How are things in Texas? This is where it starts, you know, when things first happen, you know, and then you get like an eruption of stories that come out. But then as they go on a little bit, you know, things kind of get restored, temperatures start going up, the straits aren't as dire. I found that I don't know. I see some footage about, people like water parks, but everybody gets an opportunity. There's too many people that have lived too much of a cush freaking life, and there's too many of us that just have been one from one freaking challenge to another of how am I going to get through this, God? How are you going to get me through this, God? More of a nail biter experience. And now people are getting to balance it out. People are getting an opportunity to get a little bit of struggle in you, taste what it's like to. Me and Mom, man, we didn't have freaking heat for 3 years, and Oregon doesn't get like super, super cold, but it still got cold when I have to go down and get my toilet water out of the creek and do that for 3 years. I got cold because sometimes you'd slip, the water would be high. Nobody cared. But when it happens in large numbers, and we all sign up to go when it's our time. And I think a lot more people signed up to go during this winter dip. Their service is up. Thank you. There's a lot more people that had died in Texas because of the low temperatures than we will ever know. And it's like that in every situation that ever happens. Because the powers that be always make up freaking numbers, dude. Like they know how many people are on this earth. There's no way of telling. There's no way. They speculate, they guess, they round up by the millions and maybe billions. And then they pay themselves because then they tout themselves by saying, we need all these funds to take care of all these numbers of people. But what are people finding out right now? It's in the astrology. It's been in the astrology for pretty prominent the last 7-8 months. A pretty big teacher stomping their foot moment is people are figuring out nobody's going to save you. Nobody is going to save anybody else. All the saving is people coming into the realization, oh my gosh, I'm a little mirror of Christ consciousness. I'm a little bit of God. And then they're like, oh my God, I'm a little bit of demon. But which one are you going to situate on? Which wolf are you going to feed? The white wolf or the black wolf? And look at all the people that have been feeding the black wolf, perpetuating the Luciferian tale theater. And look how cool it is, and look how fun it is, and look at all the... God, people don't even know what they're playing with, or if they do, they're stupid. Because there is no good to ever come from that. What is it? What name a story ever in history that is ended where the the Lucifer, the sadist, the freaking the bad guy wins, and it works out for everybody? Huh? People are. But I look out my window, and then I'm like, what do I care about the rest of the earth? I look out. I'm giving God's freaking grace every single day. I'm giving God's grace with these views. I'm starting to get antsy. I was like, Mom, people aren't supposed to be living life just all shut up. All in. Want to go out, drive around, take pictures. I'm not driving around. I'm not driving around until after March 3rd, my second appointment at the DMV. You know what? If I thought about everything that I've endured, if I look at it like collectively, I would probably just be like, no, I'm ready to transition right now. But it's because I looked at everything that happened like one instance at a time, and God's given me the ability to look at things like a puzzle and to come at it like all kinds of different ways, and how, all by the grace of God, man. This last freaking few months have been crazy. I was loving on Stanley got stuck in a box in the overflow room because 2 years is gonna go by quick, so most of the stuff just stay. I'm not unpacking. So he likes to hang out in there, and I heard him. I knew he was in a box, and so I was like, it was a distress. It was not like, ooh, this is fun kind of thing. And so I went in, and he had his head sticking out, like the top box was folded closed, but he had gotten in and out from the handle, where the handle was. He got in there, and his head was coming out, and I was like, oh no. I see so many potentials for this, not for Stanley to use one of his lives. It's we got him out. He was grateful and stuff, and I was just like, man, Mom, we've been through, a 27-hour drive from Nebraska to Oregon in a Rogue. A turkey bird was with us still. I had a cockatiel that looks like your bird, Regine, that I've seen in your pictures. That's what it makes me. There's a hard story that goes with that, but it's there's good parts and bad parts, but today it's a hard story, so I'm not gonna tell it because I'll start bawling. Anyway, so the cat, 4 dogs, and the bird in a Nissan Rogue, and that got repoed. I owed $17,500 on that, and I paid it down to $1,600. And I kept calling the bank, and I'm just like, dude, I'm trying to get a job. I can't get, I'm going through my 401k. I'm just like, I'm just not glad I don't want to pay you. Well, they repoed it. And I cleaned it up and made it all nice I like that car too. So they now creating the Jesuit University, Fucking Jesuits. Have it like a $2,000 lien on my credit. I was thinking about just paying it off, and I'm just like, I think at this point I should probably just keep it in the bank. I mean, they already got my number. I mean, I was already unemployable in Oregon. Anyway, so then that was a 27-hour drive with them, and then it was 23 hours to Arizona, and then 7 hours to north. But it's just like, man, these critters in Arizona freaking suck, dude. Because they, like, for the first 8, 9, until there's trouble out in the, anyway, but they had to be outside in freaking all kinds of crazy weather that they're not used to being in, and they're old dogs, and that freaking was hard. And I just look at them now, and I'm just like, this is what I asked God to help me with, is like, just give me a place where I can regroup and let the dogs be, and it'll be easier when I put in the area where they can just run free, and I don't have to be, I just open the door and just be like, get out. Well, not quite, but yeah, the lack of power is pretty weird. It is. It is. But then I think about all the pockets of the area of the people that do have power and the people that don't. It is also contrived. Dude, Snookum, you should really check out Zach Hubbard and his Gematria Effect Sports. Because his other channels are getting... He's up to his 22nd channel? Or 20th and 21st. 20th is about to be taken. He has 21 that's maybe in decent standing, but he posts all the same videos that he posted the other one that got taken down, but it doesn't get strikes. I don't know. But it is, he definitely explains how it is definitely all contrived. I made a note. That's right, I forgot I made a note. I was listening to that Motivate TV. They take excerpt from tops that, like, what's that guy's name? Cliff High talks about, or is that his name? There's another one that looks like him from a different place. They do talks with, so, are people not getting the chicken pox anymore ever again? I mean, what about these other mumps, measles? I hear that there's, like, suspected, what is that? Some plague up by you guys that's been one of the old ones that's coming back again. But I was listening. Oh, that's what I was talking about. Motivate TV. and they have excerpts, and I'm like, that's the thing, is like, when I go out and I get engaged, that's the trick to all this for me. For me, this is my human experience, okay? Or my spirit having a human experience. And the thing of it is like, I've had so much negative shit happen just because people are fucking dicks, man. Just because people like, hey, get out of his ear! Tucker! Get out of his ear! Come on. For no reason. Not because of anything I ever did, just because I've existed and I've had experience where people have freaking picked on me and freaking... It's weird. And then people are like, oh, you think it's just all... No, it's not all about me, but if there's a control freak in the room and they got a power play that they got in their pocket, they're usually going to take it out and freaking try and smack me with it. And I don't usually play. And so, when I think about how the world is going to change, it's got to change by me coming to every situation with a level of positivity and lack of sense, lacking cynicism. See, it's hard to go into every situation. Okay, let's see how this turns out, you know? And then a lot of times it did not turn out in my favor in life. Where you going, Tuck? You coming up? You coming around? Oh, you want up here? Come on. Come on. Come on. I don't have to carry him up and down the stairs anymore. Come on. Let him up. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Let him by. Come on. Come on. Come on. Good boy. Oh, you're going to sit in the shade? Okay, you sit there. And then I got these guys. Huh. They're just all... This is what my commitment was. See, and that's what that guy was talking about. He's like, well, people are really going to have to come into their moral compass for this world to change. I'm like, dude, I had never not lived in it. I am looking for other 42-year-old adults that said, you know what? I have a college education. I have all this experience in this area, but you know what? It doesn't matter, because I was always told that family matters more than anything, and you always take care of them under all the circumstances, and you never abandon them and leave them. Well, the circumstances dictated that I stay home and be with my mom. And the whole world, minus a couple people, didn't help me. And then now I talk crap about all this shit that they believe in, because what I believe in, you know, family, you know, taking care of my mom, because I promised when I was 15, all that stuff. Nobody cared. So now my friends list on Facebook just keeps going down. I'm just like, go. We ain't friends anywhere. We ain't have friends. You know, I get an occasional freaking, I got this message. I didn't even read it. It was one of those very, almost passive aggressive, do you have any friends? Are you talking to anybody? Because I know how hard this shut-in can be, you know? No, hi Marge, how's it going? What's going on? Nothing like that. Just this talk, this Yeah. Whatever. Just unfriend me. Just unfriend me. The cost is too high. I want a two-way street in my relationships with people. Yeah, I know you could feel my bad vibes. Dude, that was like one of the... Because you know why I think it was so hard? Because I was resistant, because I couldn't say anything I wanted to say. I couldn't stand in my own power. That was like where I found that my power was turning the other cheek. And that is where I had the control. Because those women didn't have control over their own fucking mouths. They would just say evil, wicked shit. And I'm just like... Because they're getting a level of panic or heightened state. And then they just... Because that's what mental minis do. You know? But you know what? The punishment is already... Because she's already freaking a freaking... She's just a mad divorcee. And her freaking husband left her with a freaking STD parting gift. Ex-husband divorcee. So yeah, take it out on me. Chances of love for you, darling? I don't know, unless he's got it too. Slim to none. Take it out on me and my little mom. Dude, she threatened to put me and my mom and the dogs out on the street. Well, I know you have money. Just put you out on the street. I don't even care. Go stay in a hotel. I'm just like, dude, and that bitch would have done it too. So that's why I say I escaped from Arizona. Yeah, it was bad. It was so bad. She wanted him out there, like from like 9 in the morning until 5. And then they dawdle. And then they like feed him here and there, because they're of that. You know, they lived in Alaska 17 years. You know, up in Fairbanks in a cabin, hauling water and shit. You know. You know what? You think that the people would be sympathetic, but no. But that's the thing is when people go more from ego, they just like to make people hurt because they hurt. And I wasn't gonna freaking collect any karma there. So I just had to grin and bear it, and it was hard. And then freaking, mom's 70, she turned 70, and then they would do like nice things, and then turn around like, dude, I got bit in the leg, and then the fucking lady by her dog 2 times, and then the lady fucking chewed me out and stuff like, and it was like it was just so weird. I'm like, dude, I could sue you for this, you stupid bitch. Anyway. No life, the girl was homeschooled and freaking fair, so she's got it all going on, right? 22 years old, mommy is just like, she would tell me stories about how she would just enable the fuck out of her kids, and I was just like, dude, if only I had somebody enable me like that. I've had one person help me in the grandest gesture I've ever helped, and it was in Arizona, and nobody has ever done that, and that was completely God's grace. And it helped me because the truck died, and I was sad enough alone, and then I got to get a minivan. No, I like the van. It's cool. Just doesn't have a lot of get up and go, but I don't really need a lot of get up and go. It's good for me and the family. And but that's just there's a way that you talk to people and you don't. And I know that because that's been my experience, is that I've talked to a lot of kind of people in ways that you don't talk to them, and I also gone back and made amends to them too. Sometimes sometimes the best amends for people is to just stay out of their life. And that's what I do. My living amends, I just do people a favor and just not know them anymore. They put notes everywhere, and stuff like that. And then, like, I get reprimanded because, dude, they got up and they'd have breakfast and stuff and toast and all that. And as soon as mom gets up, she needs toast. So I'd go out, and instead, I freaking hate, they're always doing dishes, and oh god, using all these smells and cleaners, and oh god, it was, And, they just smoke freaking weed at their counter all day long, and freaking watch other people's, or let the other dogs hang out, and freaking outside, and it's just such a crock. And then they freaking spray, not even like deodorizer, but it was like straight up cleaner on the dogs. Because the dog licks its coat, and that can't be, that's not going to be bad for it at all. And they called it bullshit spray. Give the people the impression when they deliver the dogs that the dogs have been bathed and cleaned and shit. They themselves coined it bullshit spray. Fucking stupid. Fakes and liars, man. Fakes and liars. They invite us all the way down there, and then they're like, nope, this isn't going to work, and then just made it as uncomfortable as they possibly could, and then God made it so we could leave. Yeah. But things are a lot better now. That's why I gotta remember, if I start like, I want to be out, getting ungrateful about where I'm at, because people do it all the time. They get comfortable where they are, and then they just like, oh, they forget how soon they forget the points that they were the most uncomfortable. You know? So, anyway, hi, Cosmic Hillbilly. See, that's the thing is, like, I can't, you're absolutely right, there's too many rules and regulations. I don't even fit in this world, dude. It's been hard. That's why I wanted to just live in a small town. Because they're less likely to go by all these, unless they're into fear, but things are going to start opening up. They already are. You know, you can't keep people shut, and like, especially after this long, hard winter. Try and keep people in. It ain't gonna work. So, anyway, people's moral compasses, they're coming into it. There's been contributors, supporters of my channel. I would not be here literally without them. I literally would not be. I don't know. I don't want to think about where we would be. And that's why it's just like, you know, so many people have all these false for profit idols, and I'm just like, why, when God is the ultimate? God is the ultimate. See, things don't happen to us in life. Life happens in life. God gives us the strength to carry us through it, even the most painful parts. Parts that is just like, there were days when I was in Arizona, and I was just like, I just, God help me, just a weird kid bouncing, you know, and I would think about where, you know, the end of it, the other side of it, getting through it, the threshold of where to get past it, and I would just focus on that, where Stanley's happy, and he's running back and forth, and he's on his cat tree, and he's joyful, and Mom's, I should probably check it, I checked a little while ago, because I'm not paying attention to where her Longmire is, and sometimes it'll end, the DVD will end, and I'll go out there, and I'll yell every now and again, is it over? And sometimes she'll say, yeah, and it's not, so it's, we're reaching different behaviors. She does different things. It's always, it's trying to get around and just have her live in her dignity and comfort around her idiosyncrasies. It's not easy. Because, you know, and that's another thing. How much are people going to live and let people live? Nobody ain't ever let me live the way I want to live. I fucking took it. I just acted the way I wanted. But I have conversations with my brother, and I'm just like trying not to listen to how he is in some way telling me no to suppress who I am, or getting me to modify my behavior in order to make him comfortable. So you get to talk about superficial, fucking shallow shit. And then it gets to the point, it's like, I don't even want to do that, so let's just not. You know? I need a haircut. I'm gonna get my own trimmers. I'm gonna try and do it myself, and then have my friend Denise, I'm gonna see if she can do around the crown to get it close to the long stuff without, because I can't see in the back of my head and stuff like that. Yeah, Saturn, oh God. That's the thing, is I know that the astrology is working, but I'm just like, it's the people that I don't have faith in, because they always go free will, and they just always pick fucking money, property, and prestige, and chasing sensations, looking for freaking places to put it. Women too. Looking for that external stuff to make you feel better. I'm like, okay, when are people... Everybody has had an opportunity to go within and find the power within themselves, and they went within and they stuffed their faces, and I'm like, how many people are going to emerge this spring, you know? Not in Speedo weather. There's a new show that chick from Blossom was on. I like it. The cat, something about the cat lady. She has like I don't know, I like it. It's on Hulu. Last night I'm just like, dude, I just want to go to sleep, because I wanted to go to sleep, and I like sleep because that's when my spirit goes out into the higher dimensions and the ethers, and then I get perspective on life from a higher bird's eye point of view, and things always don't seem as big when you're up from a higher point of view, you know. It is hard being a spiritual being on this earthly plane, man. Some people get it, but man, it gets lonely. It gets freaking lonely. So this afternoon I'm going to trade a lady some, I'm going to get some pomegranate, hibiscus pomegranate fire cider. It doesn't have quite the heat, I guess, that the kind that I have is. And I've been putting some of the powder in my cookies. That brings it up to a new notch, yeah. My goodness has already come back to me, man. And it will in a couple years, a year and 8 months when I gotta, find my next place here. But I hope to find a place around this area because I like it. I mean, it feels good, dude. I just want a place where I can open the door and let the dogs run out. Yeah, and then I could go work in my I want a place with a little garage, a little workshop, so I can go tinker and do my inventions. And then I can share with people on my YouTube all the stuff that I invent to make things easier for people. Of all, the people at the bottom of the barrel, not the people that don't need the help. They're gonna be just fine. But that's what people are figuring out. We're being exposed to all the need of things, Thermal blankets and stuff like that. Chargeable solar blankets, stuff like that. There's all kinds of stuff that's coming around the bend. So, anyway, I've been running my mouth too long. I just want to come on and say good morning. I got some new creamer. I drank my feelings. And I've since all this energy, I'm like, God, I just want to get wasted. Just want to just get into a bottle of freaking JD and then just, I don't do that. I make better, healthier choices. Benny's sleeping. He gets hot, and then sometimes he's such a sweet, all my dear babies. And sometimes they drive me so crazy. Oh. I'm tucked up. It's a mama, that's a good old babies, Mom. They're my little life companions, man. They make everything better. Hi, Aaron. Oh, yeah, all this new birthing. And see, because I'm a spring chicken, and I always think about how people resurrect in the spring. How are you coming through from the winter, I grew up listening to stories about like the ant and the one that didn't do a Benny. He's really, I don't want to wake him, but he is very definitely woeful. I think Benny's a Taurus. I think he's a Taurus. He's very bullheaded. Yes. This is kind of interesting. This is how the thing of it is like vibrations and spirits. That's why animals are so sensitive, and it's just like Artie's trying to shift his energy because he feels Benny's anxiety. Now Luna's looking up. Like, dude, what's your trip, man? What's the matter with you? Yeah, the demons. That's why it's like, oh, oh, come here. You're awake. Come here. 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 Come on, it's too hot. Come on. Come on. Get over here. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Come on, buddy. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Luna, get out of the way. Come on, Benny. You were not dreaming. You were whining. Come on. Come on. Come here, Benny. Don't go by Tuck. Oh, he got too hot. You do that every time. The demons, that's why I had to stop, is when I was like, oh my god, these things are real, dude. It's not just like imaginary woo woo fairy tale wah wah stuff. This stuff is real. There's real vibrations that freaking will attach you, and then they change people's behavior. You know, all that stuff. That's not like them. You know? It's what's gotten into them. What has gotten into them? And these are the ways that people have to start to recognize. What time is it? I gotta make mom some breakfast, but it's hard. And I don't want to be one of those people that freaking all... My grandpa was that's the thing, is if I can die sober, not drinking, consuming alcohol, and being a drunk, and doing all the... accumulating all this wreckage from being a drunken lush and all that stuff, if I can just not, then that is everything on my grandpa's side, because he couldn't. He couldn't die sober. They were bringing him wine and stuff at the old folks' home at the end just to keep him happy. So, that is how you heal. Not only the wreckage from your past, but the karmic ancestral wreckage too. The stuff that gets carried down, you know. And then hopefully my sister won't have any desire, or my niece won't have any desire at all to ever want to. And then it won't be a problem. Oh, nice. Gym show in Santa Barbara. Aaron sent me... What were they called, Aaron? I'll look. I'll just look. I got it right here. Scotch Mellows. They're like butterscotch and marshmallows from See's Candy. And my grandma was a real estate agent at Tascadero. People always brought her See's Candy. See's Candy was... I know See's Candy, like the caramel lollipops always got stuck. I always thought he was gonna pull out one of my fillings, but I'm gonna try and make them. I'm gonna try and make them because they are so good. I think I might be able to do it. I'm gonna get me some parchment paper. I'm gonna give it a go, and I'm gonna see if I can even have my can of butter in some way. Benny thinks he's a 500. You know who has a bigger bark than Benny? I don't know if anybody's ever heard a roar of a lion or a tiger. I had the opportunity when I was a girl I used to sleep on her couch surf, Wendell. She worked at the Sacramento Zoo, so I'd drop her off at work and then go in and say hi to some of my favorite critters. And one of them was the lion, and I just the low roar. Oh my! I guess a roar of a lion can be heard up to like 5 miles. People don't understand how easy voices and sound carries and stuff. They just don't get physics, and so that shakes your core when you get that's power. That's powerful. Santa Barbara. We did a trip. My Santa Barbara experience I was probably 12, 13. My grandma Edith and my aunt Gia took me there. And it was just, I hated going anywhere because it didn't matter what I did. I had this expression on my face, and then people would always get on me about my bad attitude. And I would just be like thinking about just daydreaming. And they would just be like, what's your problem? You're never satisfied. You're always miserable. And what I found out later in life is these people are telling me about themselves. It's funny. Once that really clicks, you really start how people really see themselves. Because people just call me all kinds of things. Said I was all kinds of ways. And they were always kind of ways I didn't really identify with. So anyway, we stayed on this nice hotel right there on the beach and stuff, and did this little boat ride in the bay there, but the swells were like 12, 14 feet. That was the only time I ever got seasick in my whole entire life. Was in the bay of Santa Barbara. 12, 14-foot swells. This is one of those where the net in the front of the boat and stuff like that. It was just like, I'm just like, oh, I wanted it to stop. That was uncomfortable. Cause nobody wants to get seasick. But it just like, whoa, that was fun. But there, now Benny, see, he gets too hot. He's such a doofus. Now look at him. That's all I wanted. That's all he had to do is get out of the sun. I told Mama love you first. Mama love you. He said, I love you. You're doing so good, huh? You're a good boy. Not bad after, it's been 2 weeks now. He's still a little loose in the caboose, but we're always have to be careful with the loose in the cabooseness of the babies. So, anyway, I gotta make Mom something to something to eat. I went to the store yesterday. I'm gonna make this pork chili. Maybe that's what I'll do tonight. But I baked these chicken legs last night, and I'm gonna pull the chicken off and then maybe make some fried rice. I keep forgetting to get like carrots and peas and stuff like that. But I got some vegetable stir fry I can add. But well, safe travels, Aaron. I hope you have a rad day, Fragine. Yeah, you shouldn't be texting. And you shouldn't be saying that you're doing it either, clown. More important. So yeah, it's gonna be a cool weekend. I don't know. I'm gonna try and be cool. I'm gonna see if I get the snow's melting quick. We're gonna be like 50s. It'll be gone soon. So once the mud turns to freaking solid ground, then it'll be okay. But I have a feeling there's a lot of really cool because everybody has ATVs. I'm like, ooh, I want to go ride on an ATV, take pictures because oh god, man, spring's about to be